Hello students, how are you? I hope all are doing well and studying also. Today again we are going to start a new lesson in 8th standard science, that is lesson number 6, combustion and flame. Previous chapter I had explained about the coal and petroleum. They are fossil fuels. They are also using for burning purposes and other automobile fuels, etc. So this lesson you are going to study combustion and flame. What is combustion? How? What is flame, etc. All detail you will study. So as an introduction, I can say we can you say some substances which can burn from our daily life? Yes, of course, all of them knowing. You will say first wood. In earlier times, people were cooking the food with the help of wood. Then coal. Coal already you had studied. It is used as a fuel for household purposes and industrial purposes also. Then earlier times in villages, now also you can see the tribal people and all, they are using the cow dung as a fuel for cooking. Then kerosene, that is also using as a cooking fuel. Then uh, if you will burn paper, that also you will get flame, but paper we are not using for cooking purposes, but burning we can see the substance which can burn paper, wood, then cow dung, kerosene, petrol, all these are burning substances. Then CNG, nowadays gases, compressed natural gas. Last lesson this also you had studied. Then CNG is using in automobiles, that is in auto rickshaw, cars, etc. Then LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, that is also using for cooking purposes as filling in cylinders. So these are all fuels. They are using for burning purposes. Now you are familiar with burning of a candle. Everybody is seen that candle. If the light is gone, if there is no electricity, what we will do first? We will take a candle, and the candle will catch fire and you can get the flame. When what is the difference between the burning of a candle and the burning of a fuel like coal? So can you say some differences, or what change you can see? What difference between burning of a candle and the burning of a fuel like coal? What you can see from when burning a candle, you will get the light and heat is less. But burning coal or any other fuel, we will get light, at the same time we will get more heat. With the help of that heat we are cooking or boiling, etc. Now maybe you are able to guess the right, that means you are thinking yes, candle flame gives light, and coal, you will think coal will not give light, but coal when it will burn, light is also producing, but mainly we are using coal for getting heat energy. So let us study the chemical process of burning and the types of flame produced during this process. When a substance is burning, the flame is producing, and what type of flame is producing that type of flame, and what chemical changes takes place, that also you will study this lesson, combustion and flame. So first thing is, what is mean by combustion? We can take the activity which you had studied last year in 7th standard. uh, there you had studied burning of a magnesium ribbon in the presence of oxygen. It will burn, and white ashes will be producing. That ashes, if we will mix with water, we will get magnesium hydroxide. And with the help of that, we had taken the activity, whether it is acidic or basic. The litmus papers we had dipped and seen. So this activity you had done in last year. So here we learned that magnesium burns to form magnesium oxide, that white color ashes which is producing, and a dazzling sound is also producing, and brightly it burns. You can see on the screen the a magnesium ribbon is burning with a very bright flame and produces heat and light. Here light is coming, and if we will go very near to that, heat also there. Now we can perform a similar activity with a piece of charcoal also. Charcoal also we can do with the same type of activity. How we will do? Hold a piece with a pair of tongues, because with the hand if we will take, then we will, our hand will get burnt. So hold the piece with a piece of tongue and bring it near the flame of a candle or a Bunsen burner, then observe it. What we can find? We find that charcoal burns in air. We know that coal also burns in the air, producing a thick smoke is coming, that is carbon dioxide, and along with the carbon dioxide, heat and light is also producing. So whether it is charcoal, charcoal also contains carbon, it is made from wood, and coal, coal is a fossil fuel, mainly consists of carbon. These substances also burn in the presence of air, which will be converting into carbon dioxide. That means carbon from that particular material mixes with oxygen in the air, forming a chemical reaction takes place, and carbon dioxide is producing. And along with the carbon dioxide, some energy is also producing, that is light energy and heat energy. So you can see on the screen these all, the magnesium ribbon is burning and bright light is coming out, and after some time you can see powdery like ashes, that is magnesium oxide. Magnesium plus oxygen forms magnesium oxide. It is a chemical reaction, a chemical process in which a substance reacts with oxygen to give off heat is called combustion. So what is combustion? How can we define the word combustion? Combustion is a process in which the substance burns in air. Air contains oxygen. So it burns in the presence of oxygen, producing heat and light. So again I will repeat the definition. What is combustion? A chemical reaction in which a substance reacts with oxygen in the air to produce heat and energy is called combustion. So combustion is a chemical reaction. During that time, it will be converted into a new product. A chemical reaction, last year you had studied, chemical reaction in which reactants will be changed into a product. A new product is forming. So a chemical reaction or a chemical process in which a substance reacts with oxygen to give off heat is called combustion. Sometimes light also producing. The substance that undergoes combustion is said to be combustible. So those substances, for example, paper or wood or cow dung or charcoal or coal or petrol, diesel, whatever substance we are taking for burning, that substance which burns in the presence of air, taking oxygen from the air, and a chemical reaction takes place and heat is producing, that substance is called a combustible substance. It is also called a fuel. So that is why coal is a fuel, petrol is a fuel, diesel is a fuel, kerosene is a fuel, cow dung is a fuel, wood is a fuel, etc. The fuel may be solid, liquid or gas. For example, coal, cow dung, These are all wood. They are all solid substance. Then petrol, diesel, kerosene, these are all liquid substances. And CNG, LPG, all these are gaseous substances. So the fuel may be solid, liquid or gas. Sometimes light is also given off during the combustion. I told if we will take a candle, it burns and light for when there is no electricity and due to some electricity failure, we are using in the night time candle. So with candle light you can write, you can learn, etc. So light is also producing, and if you will go very near to that candle, heat is also there. So like that coal, cooking purposes coal is using. LPG gas. It is when LPG gas is burning in the stove or burner, you can see flame, blue flame is coming, and very near to, if you will go, it is so hot, the vessels will become very hot fast. So along with the heat, light is also producing, either as a flame or as a glow. So this light producing as a flame, for example, this magnesium ribbon is burning. You can see a glow is there when candle is burning. A flame is there. So this way, either a glow or a flame is producing as the light. So these substances which can burn in the presence of oxygen, and a chemical reaction takes place to produce a new product. That process is known as combustion, and those substances which undergoes combustion are called combustible substances. They are also called fuel. They may be solid, they either liquid or gas. Sometimes light is also given off during the combustion, either as a flame or as a glow. Students, you can see very clearly it is a burner is burning. It is gas is there in the burner, and a magnesium ribbon is holding with a pair of tongues, and a white dazzling sound also will produce, and it burns brightly in the air producing magnesium oxide. So it is a chemical process, and magnesium wire is a combustible substance. Now students, you see on this screen there is an activity given. Just to go through that activity, I will read now. Collect some materials like straw, matchsticks, kerosene oil, paper, iron nails, stone pieces, glass, etc. What is available from our surrounding, we can collect. And what we are going to do, those substances we will separate it as combustible or non-combustible substances. Under the supervision of a teacher, that means when we will do this all experiment anywhere, some elderly person should be there, otherwise it is very dangerous. So you try to burn these substances in presence of your parents also, you can do at home now. Collect these materials. Which are the materials? Straw, matchsticks, kerosene oil, paper, iron nails, stone pieces, glass, etc. And try to burn each of these material one by one. So how you are going to separate it, whether it is a combustible or not combustible substance? If the combustion takes place, that means if the substances burns in the air with a flame or a glow, then they are marking it as combustible materials. Otherwise, they will mark it as non-combustible. So that column you can prepare. Already it is given. So you can tick mark whether it is a combustible or non-combustible. From your day-to-day life, you can say also now wood. Everybody knowing wood is a combustible substance. So earlier times people generally using for cooking purposes, wood only using. So wood is a combustible substance. So combustible column we can tick mark. Paper. Paper very easily it burns. So paper is a combustible substance. Now iron nails. Any metal at normal temperature it cannot burn. So metals are very hard. So at very high temperature metals will convert into liquid but they will not burn. So iron nails are non-combustible substance. Kerosene oil. Kerosene you had studied. It is a constituent fractional fractions of petroleum which is used as a fuel for aviation and lighting lamps, stove, etc. So it is a fuel. So it is combustible substance. Stone piece, rock, stone, sand, these are all non-combustible. So tick mark in non-combustible column. Straw. Straw is made up of thin paper. So it is also combustible. Charcoal. Charcoal is getting from wood. So it is also combustible. Matchstick. Matchstick is also made from thin, very light wood. So it is a combustible substance. And glass. Glass is a man-made material and it is made from silica. So it is non-combustible. So which are combustible ones? Wood, paper, kerosene oil, straw, charcoal, matchsticks. These are combustible substances, whereas iron nails, stone piece, glass, they are non-combustible substances. Now let us investigate conditions under which combustible takes place. So next part of the lesson, there also one activity you can see on the screen. This activity as an experiment I will explain now. What are the conditions under which the combustion takes place? So the most important condition is air or oxygen present in the air is essential for burning. Any substance to burn, oxygen or air is very important. So what are the materials for this experiment to do? We have to collect some materials such as candle, a candle, then a chimney, a glass chimney we can take, a wooden piece and a glass light and one matchbox. So these are the substances we need for doing this experiment. So what are the materials needed for this? Candles, matchbox, wooden blocks, a table, glass slide and glass chimney. Now what you will do here? The procedure I am going to say, please see the screen. So what procedure I am saying you can see and you can understand. It can come as an experiment. Fix a candle on a table and put a glass chimney over it. Glass chimney, you might have seen that on the lantern. In earlier times, people were using kerosene lamps. Over that, there will be a glass covering is there. That is called a glass chimney. Both the sides are opened. Rest the candle on a few wooden blocks such that air can enter the chimney. So first diagram or first picture, you can see two wooden pieces are kept in the middle. The candle is kept and the glass chimney is kept on that wooden blocks. So that what happened, there is a gap between the chimney and the wooden block. So through that air can enter through that. Now rest the candle on a few wooden blocks such that air can enter the chimney and observe the flame of the candle. So when we will light the candle and observe it. Now what you can see, of course the candle will burn very brightly, a flame, you can see that. Now second experiment, second part, remove the wooden block and rest the chimney on the table. So second experiment, second B part, what we will do, both the wooden block we will remove it. So what happened, the chimney will completely touch on the wooden plank or the table where we are, surface where we are keeping, and so there is no chance of air to enter through that, but upper part is opened. Now remove the wooden block and rest the chimney on the table and observe the flame of the candle again. Now next part is, what you can see, the flame will be, sometimes it will be very bright, sometimes it is weak, like that you can see it is flicking. So sometimes it will be brightly glowing and sometimes it will be weak, like that. Now third step, third part of the experiment, you can see that, what you can see on the screen, put a glass plate over the chimney and observe the flame. So down part already covered, it is completely fixed on that chimney on the wooden plank, and upper part is also completely covered. So what happened, there is no more air to go or circulate inside the candle. So what you can observe that, the as soon as the glass slide is covered on the candle, the flame of the candle is put off. So first part, or the first part of the experiment, what you can see, the candle burns very freely, brightly, because from upper part and lower portion there is a gap, so air can circulate from lower level to upper level, so more oxygen is getting, so it can burn very brightly. Second part, the flame of the candle flickers. I told sometimes it will be glowing and sometimes it will be weak and produces smoke. Smoke started coming. So that means less oxygen is getting. So carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide is producing. Third part, the flame of the candle is put off. There is no more oxygen or air to get inside this candle. So there is no chance of burning. So the candle will put off. So this experiment shows what? From this experiment, what you can conclude? Air can enter the chimney from below. The candle burns freely. When the air does not enter the chimney from below, the flame of the candle flickers and produces smoke. When the air is not available, the flame of the candle is put off. So from this experiment, we can conclude that air is necessary for the process of combustion to take place. So this is an experiment. I hope you can already understood this experiment now. Thoroughly listen the video and you will get more clear, and at home also you can try this with the help of your parents. So what change you can see in that flame, you will able to understand practically. I hope you understood the that experiment very clearly. You can see how the kerosene lamps, the chimney, you can see how the flame, candle flame, burner flame, then a gas stove or a candle, all these are combustible substance, and one is working on gas, one is a candle and other one is working on kerosene. So and liquid, solid and gaseous fuels are there, all these are combustible substance. Now today what you have learned, just I will revise one time. What is mean by combustion? Combustion is a chemical process in which the substance which burns in the presence of air and light and heat is producing. That process is called combustion, and the substance which are undergoing combustion are called combustible substances. For example, cow dung, wood, charcoal, coal, kerosene, petrol, LPG, CNG, etc., paper, all these are combustible substance. And those substances which are not uh, burn in the presence of air and no light and heat is producing, they are called non-combustible substances. For example, you had studied iron nail, glass, etc., are stone, sand, etc., non-combustible substances. And the conditions which are necessary for the combustion to take place, main one is air. If air is passing through or in the presence of air only, the substance can completely undergo combustion to produce heat and light. I hope today you had followed the lesson. So just to listen the video. The remaining part of the lesson we will continue in the next video. Till then, take care. Goodbye.